the target. You are authorized to fire at will.
Hey, thanks for stopping by. This won't be a long video. Might not be much longer than the duration of my opening is normally. But this video that I'm going to be sharing with you goes back to March 17th, actually, so almost a month ago. And I sat on it for a while because I really didn't know how to address it, because there were some things about it that it broke my heart. And there were some things about it that really kind of angered me and frustrated me and concerned me. And so I'm sitting here at home today. It's April 16th, and got a lot of things going on in my head. And I thought this would be a good way for me to kind of circumvent where my head's at right now, so to speak, on some other issues, and share with you my concern. So the video I'm about to show you takes place in Rochester, Minnesota, at the Barlow's Hy-Vee parking lot, in between the main Barlow's Hy-Vee and the Barlow's off-sale liquor store. And I'm going to play it for you without comment, and then I'm going to give you some commentary afterwards. So without any further ado,
what can I help you with?
No, not speak English.
I understand that, but I don't know what you need. What do you need help with? We need to get you some help, but what can I help you with? I want to help you, but I don't know what you need, and I can't have you get into my vehicle. I don't know what you're looking for. Do you need a ride somewhere? Huh? Well, let's see if we can get you a ride somewhere. I can't do that. I understand that we don't understand each other. I'll see if I can find you a ride.
so there we go. Probably looks really innocuous. Probably, you're thinking to yourselves, what's the big deal, TC? So to give you an idea of what took place this day, it was a weekday. It was a cold day. It was rather blustery. Don't let the sun fool you. But this gentleman, because I don't know his name, this gentleman had walked up to and approached multiple cars while I was pulling into the parking lot, and attempted to open the doors of those vehicles and get in. And one person literally was telling him, no, get away from my car, get away from my car, get away from my car. And he even approached my window, and I didn't put my window down because I didn't know what was going on. And I cracked it a little bit so I could hear him, but I didn't put it all the way down. And I didn't even think to record. It was only when he walked away, and I thought he was walking away, and then I saw him come up to the passenger side door of my vehicle and open it and was going to get in, that I saw that, and I'm like, okay, this isn't going well. And this may not go well for me. And many of you know that in years past, I used to be permitted to carry a concealed weapon. I'm still in for a couple more days, but I have stopped carrying for multiple reasons. I'm all for it, but with the attention that I get, especially for my outspokenness about law enforcement and the nature of law enforcement today, I am not going to give them any cause. to charge me with anything. And don't think for a minute that they won't. But that aside, so I'm unarmed, and this gentleman's already tried to get in other vehicles, tried to make entry into other vehicles, I should say, and couldn't. And I wasn't about to let him get into my vehicle. I had no idea what he had on him. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't understand him. Now, I did walk then into the Hy-Vee off-sale liquor store and ask them to contact their security, because that's what they have security for. And they did. And in the interim, a very nice little old lady escorted this man into the liquor store and was, and bless her heart, she was, feeling really bad for him. And I can understand that. It was incredibly cold. He was clearly confused. I believe he had some sort of either dementia going on, or some sort of disassociation happening. He spoke no English at all. And eventually, I ended up leaving after I was sure that I had done my part to help, as far as letting them know what was going on, that he was, trying to get into customers' vehicles. And they did get their security over there. Security made contact with the local Rochester Police Department, which I was trying to avoid. I really didn't want to involve law enforcement. Now, say what you will, but just recently, we know of a young man in another jurisdiction in another state that accidentally opened the door of a vehicle. And when law enforcement arrived to talk to him about it, they shot him and killed him. And that was fresh in my mind. So, not saying that's every officer, but that was on my mind. It was on my mind for me, for my safety, as far as with this gentleman, and it was on my mind as far as what would happen if he is in a state of dementia or Alzheimer's or something. He's having some sort of degenerative brain issue, and he doesn't understand what's being said. Eventually, they brought in EMTs, and they found somebody who could speak Bosnian who came down and translated, and they were able to get him home. And the reason that I know that is I did call the store then later on and ask about the outcome of the event. Folks, I'm 52 years old. I've been in the military. Many of you know I had a law enforcement related career for almost 13 years. I know how to take care of myself. Not saying that I couldn't ever have, somebody, take me down. I was assaulted in the line of duty very severely. Somebody got the drop on me, and it didn't go well for me. I could have been killed or more severely hurt than I was. But by and large, I'm able to take care of myself. But what if that had been your mom? What if that had been your daughter? What if that had been your wife? What if that had been your neighbor? How would you have felt about that? What would you have thought? Would you have expected them to deal with that? And the reason that this is happening is because of the progressive leftist mentality in the Rochester area, directly a result of Kim Norton and her influence on that city and the people she allies herself with from all over the world. She absolutely has fostered this, where we are bringing people in to our country, to our region, to our area, that are, for lack of better terminology, are not assimilating to life in the Rochester and Southeast Minnesota area. This could be you. This could have been a loved one. This could have been your teenage daughter. This could have been your wife, your grandmother, your mother. It could have been your frail uncle or your aunt. And this man could have been violent. We can't prevent everything bad from happening. And some of us are more prepared than others. But this is getting worse, and it's happening more and more. Crime is skyrocketing in the state of Minnesota. The preponderance of it, obviously, is the Twin Cities. But don't think it's not happening in southeast Minnesota. I was lucky this day. This guy meant no harm. And we were able to secure him some help. And by we, I mean me, from going in and reporting to the store management, and then local law enforcement and local EMTs. The system in this situation worked from the point at which it was broken. But should this be happening? And would you want it to happen to someone you care about? Give it some thought, because this is coming for all of Minnesota. And this is what they want to do to our entire republic. Until next time, Sic Semper, Tyrannus.
We are go for liftoff in T-minus 30. Stand by for further instructions, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment. Secondary guidance systems engaged. Minnesota Black Robe Regiment, it will be on my mark. All systems are a go. All systems are a go. Minnesota Black Robe Regiment, you are over the target. You are authorized to fire at will.